vital.
Bogey's on the bus.
I think it's very vital.
Hit the button.
What button? There are a million buttons.
All right.
On top. Here we go.
Now, I saw the movie on Friday, and I had never seen a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie or anything.
Really?
And I was actually quite surprised that there was a certain level of depth, and it had a really nice message about self-acceptance and accepting others. But let's just say that there was a portion that you could use to turn yourself into your spirit animal.
Yeah.
Who would you, or what would you want to become?
Giraffe.
So quick on that.
This is my look. I'm not gonna lie. This is not the first time that I've been asked this question, and I've thought a lot. I just want to pick something that's totally middle of the road. Giraffes are vegetarians. They're relatively attractive, which is
chill.
They're pretty chill. Jamie Foxx once did a comedy bit about how he was attracted to them, so I'm gonna go with giraffes.
I always say I'd be like a black lab, just a dog.
Oh
Yeah, because then I could just live in somebody's house in like Beverly Hills, and they'd feed me all the time, pet me, and I'd sleep like 18 hours a day.
Well, I've been a fan of your work for a long time.
But
and
I feel like there's a but.
No, there's not a but. Actually, my favorite.
Just say it.
I love you in Blades of Glory.
Okay.
And I recently spent a plane ride watching episodes of The Millers.
Yeah.
And one of the qualities you have, sort of like a Jack Nicholson quality, where you make smarmy very likable.
Okay.
Is that anything like you as a person? Like do you put any of yourself into your characters?
No, I think that, I think that it's always, we used to always say this on Arrested Development, which is, I like the idea of characters who are kind of a little bit left of center, who have something wrong with them. To me, that's interesting. And to try to figure out a way, we used to always say on Arrested, have these really unlikable characters, and it was incumbent upon us to make them likable. As if you looked at them on the page, they're despicable. And what can you do? But that's, that to me is what's funny. So if you have a character who's super dumb and super cocky, that is a great, it's just such a great mix to me. It's hilarious.
You've been here since yesterday, right?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to sample any of the foods that Australia is known for, like Vegemite maybe?
I don't know what Australia is known for. All I know is, look, I've been going to places that people recommend. I mean, we went to Bondi Beach, didn't eat anything, but then went to a spot that was recommended to me called Shady Pines, which is a bar with no door that we were convinced was closed when we got there. This morning I had brekkie.
Brekkie.
But I had what did I have? I had eggs Benedict with pea meal bacon, which is quintessentially Canadian. So I'm still waiting.
Yesterday, this woman, I was at a restaurant, and she was sort of asking me, if, blah, 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 and I looked at her and I said, do you speak my language? And she just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land of love.
It's a lyric from a Men at Work song, famous Australian dad.
Down under, that's really good.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Oh, that went totally over my head.
Before doing this interview, I was really nervous because although I've been doing this since the Pleistocene era, I've never interviewed two actors at the same time. And then I realized...
But you've been in a conversation with more than one person.
I have. Many, many times.
Okay.
Many times. But I realized that we actually have a couple of key things in common. First of all, you're both from Toronto, and my brother lives in Toronto.
There we go.
And Will, your birthday is 3 days before mine, and your birthday is 1 day after mine. So we're both all May babies and Taurians.
This is incredible.
It's uncanny,
I mean,
right?
I don't even know if we're rolling now. It doesn't matter. This connection could not be deeper.
Did the two of you bond over your shared heritage and shared birthday month when you were making the movie?
Well, birthday month, not so much.
Not so much, but being Canadian for sure.
Yeah.
Both being from the Toronto area, and I think that's, once you kind of meet other Canadians, you're like, oh, hey. How's it going? You have
and Toronto, I think a lot like Sydney is like a it's a big city, but Toronto has a very like small town feel to it. It feels very much like a village sometimes, and I mean, when Will talked about where he grew up, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I know exactly where it was, and it's just, even though it's got however many million people, there is a sense of community there that, gives you a shared experience for sure.
Dude, bringing back the Mohawk. Good for you.
Oh, y'all got jokes, huh? Why are we going with the turtles? When something bad happens, you want to be with the turtles.